Welcome back to Living with a Classic and day 15 of daily videos until Christmas. Last video here on the Mark II. So previous days you had a quick walk around, arrived, a little bit was halfway through the work, and today it is for today's video it's all done. So I'll show you what I've done to it. Pretty happy. I've had a limited amount of time. It says daily, and he doesn't get a lot of days off. So he had like 1.5 days off, and that's sort of when I've had it in the shop. And we've done oil change. I've checked for a coolant leak, which I found. We found that oil filter was really old, so that hasn't been changed in a long time. So that's a shame because the car was bought freshly serviced. I have greased everything around. I adjusted the rear end in a little bit with that panhard, but that wasn't enough. I had to cut a little bit on that spat as well, but the spat on that side doesn't really fit well at all on this car for some reason. The other side fits wonderfully, and this side you can tell that it's from another car. So yeah, pretty good. The owner has thought about getting those thinner combs ones because that would be good for the winter tires, so that might be an upgrade. The connection for the auto switch was loose and broke off, so I put a spare auto switch on there, and that works. The heating didn't work. We'll go through that as well, but now everything is up and running again. Under here, not that much from yesterday where found the coolant leak, or I mean yesterday's video where we went through the coolant leak. Points have been adjusted, everything, air cleaner's back on, and just everything else has been checked through. There was an issue with the heater. Not really out here because you have the heater valve down there, and that's controlled by cables, and I could move that over here, but the cable in the car would not move it. And then below there, which is difficult to see in there, you have the setting between if it goes on the screen or if it's, in the car or on your feet. And nothing of that moved. This part here, I didn't want to move back and forth. I lubricated it, moved them back and forth a lot. Heat up induction heater, even the part that changes between the windscreen or your feet. Finally got that moving nicely, and that works well now. The heater controls ended up being just a cable that was badly adjusted back there. But let me climb inside and I'll show you that it all works as it should. So now that is set to screen, and if you take it that way, that's how far it travels, but it all works that way. Then you have in the car, and that's where in between you have both. But on the screen you get a little bit on your feet as well, it seems like. And then hot there, and now it moves to cold and moves back to hot, and all works as it should. There was some oxidation in this switch, so the headlights didn't always come on, so that's fixed as well. And other than that, it's running really nicely. So I'm going to lower the bonnet, we'll fire it up and drive it outside. It is partially warm now, so it should have a nice low idle. And we can turn on the panel illumination, which now works. Headlights. And even with all that on, it's still charging a little bit. Of course, once you put it in gear, we'll put it in reverse. You get a little bit of discharge there from the system, but that's completely normal. And just back out here. So can we? No, map light doesn't work. I'll see if we got more light for you guys, but it will be a little bit dark. But the dials look really nice. Driving around here, we'll turn on high beams, which work. It is a really cold or rainy night here. Or not night, early evening. It gets dark at like 3 p.m. here this time of year. But we're just pulling it here so that he can come and pick it out in a little bit. It is running nicely and working well. So I'll give you a little walk around here once it's outside. Here we have So lovely Mark II, ready for its owner to come pick up and do a lot more miles in. And now that lovely Mark II is ready to get picked up, and it's really fun to see that he enjoys it and uses it so much. Most Mark IIs just sit inside all the time and never get used. This one actually gets used and driven, which is pretty cool. Anyways, if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and share it with friends. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, do please hit that subscribe button. We're getting close to 30,000, which is my goal for the end of the year. Anyways, until next time, I'm Adam. This was Living with a Classic. I'll see you soon.